like what other people are saying, there's 150. Except if it's Jeb Bush, then it'd probably be closer to 35.
Right.
How many people did they have to hire to
they
make
were
that guesstimation?
Every single one in the crowd was a member of SAG.
His team?
No, members of SAG, the Screen Actors Guild.
Oh,
they were extras. They weren't doing anything, so they went ahead and paid them to sit in.
I thought it was the Film Actors Guild. Is that all what it is? What? It's not? I thought that's what it was called.
SAG, Screen Actors Guild.
Oh, somebody.
What would the F stand for?
Film Actors Guild.
Film.
That's what I just said. Isn't it called the Film Actors Guild?
But if it was Film Actors Guild, then you wouldn't say SAG.
Oh, it would be something else?
Yes, it would be.
So SAG is the word.
Right.
Okay. All right. We are so bad.
Those of you in SAG, it's not my fault.
Oh, whatever.
So let's get the bushy blonde hairdo. Here's Bush. Here's the question posed to Trump about what Bush said about him and how he feels this ongoing battle between him and Bush.
Tell me your emotional state.
Right.
What?
Oh, come on.
Did he play the guitar?
He does. Damn it, F. Chuck. Technical difficulties.
Wow.
The start of the show.
I thought he was jamming.
Yeah, he was.
Let me ask you to respond to your friend Jeb Bush and what he had to say about you yesterday. Take a listen to the full quote, and I'll get you on the other side.
Just one other thing, I got to get this off my chest. Donald Trump is a jerk.
Thank you.
I feel better now. I gave myself therapy there. Thank you for allowing me to do it.
Psycho.
Well, this has escalated between you and Mr. Bush.
Right.
Look, his people gave him that quote. You could see he was just saying, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready now to say it. Jeb is a weak and ineffective person. He's also a low-energy person, which I've said before, but he's a weak and ineffective person. Jeb, if he were president, it would just be more of the same. It would be just, he's got money from all of the lobbyists and all of the special interests that run him like a puppet. He's got 2% in the polls. I have 41% in the latest poll. He has 2%. He's going to be off the stage soon. He's an embarrassment to the Bush family, and in fact, he doesn't even want to use the Bush name, which is interesting. Jeb is an embarrassment to himself and to his family.
What?
And the Republican Party has essentially, they're not even listening to Jeb.
What?
Jeb is saying that. Jeb is only saying that to try and get a little mojo going. But in the meantime, I went up 11 points in the new Fox poll. I went up 11 points after the debate, and he went down 2.
He's having a heck of a time interrupting him.
He didn't get he didn't get through.
He couldn't get in.
Is that not hysterical? Like F. Chuck is just desperate. I gotta stop him. Dang it! Why did I ask him that question?
I almost feel like, were they in his ear saying, Chuck, stop him. No, ask him this. Stop him right now. No, ask him.
That question was supposed to stump the Trump.
Stump the Trump.
And you're not stumping the Trump.
Oh, my God.
Stump him. Ask him another question. Hey, ask him about Ted Cruz. Yeah, really rub it in his face.
Very quickly, why has Ted Cruz caught you in Iowa? We can dispute whether you're ahead by a point or two, whether he's ahead by 5 or 6, but the fact of the matter is Ted Cruz has caught you in Iowa, and he might beat you in Iowa.
Look, I just got back from Iowa last night. I was there for a long time yesterday. We had a tremendous rally. And frankly, I think we're doing great in Iowa. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you who caught who. I think Ted is doing well and I'm doing well. It looks like a two-person race because everyone else is way behind. But I'm doing really well with the evangelicals who I love. I'm doing really well with every group, with the Tea Party groups, everybody. I mean, I can only speak for myself. We really have a good team in Iowa, and I'll find out. Let's see what happens on February 1st. But Ted is doing well there, and I'm doing well there. And if you look at the numbers in New Hampshire, I mean, I'm through the roof there, and in South Carolina, I'm through the roof there. I mean, I'm way ahead in those two states. And Ted and I are pretty even, although the last 3 polls have me up in Iowa, as you know.
Is it pretty fair to say that if you're not the nominee, you'd prefer Ted Cruz?
Hold on. Is it fair to say, if you're not the nominee, would you support...
Would you eat blank for Thanksgiving?
Todd, F. Chuck...
No, I don't want to say anything about that. But Ted has been very nice to me, very respectful, very almost in every single instance he backs my ideas, and probably more so. And Ben Carson's been very nice also. I mean, I've had people. Look, I get along with a lot of the. Believe it or not, I get along with a lot of the people on that stage. But Ted has been very nice to me. Yes.
Well, I think everybody right now except Mr. Bush. Donald Trump, I have to leave it there.
What?
Yeah, I gotta say, everybody but
what about Rand Paul? What about Chris Christie? Carly Fiorina? What is he talking about? He's just talking out of his butt.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So one last question that he asked him was about the Middle East and the whole ordeal that's going on there. I don't think we played that one yet.
No.
Do you stick by the idea that the Middle East would be more stable today with Saddam Hussein and Gaddafi in power?
100%.
Okay. What if?
Dude, you're right. It's a total parade of what if questions.
Right.
100%. There's not even is there even a doubt in your mind? And you wouldn't have the migration, and you wouldn't have people coming over to this country that we have no idea who they are. And if I win, they're going to have to go back because we have no idea who they are.
And if you become president,
100%.
Do you let Assad? Do you let Assad stay? Do you let Assad stay?
Well, you can't fight Assad and ISIS at the same time. You have to fight ISIS first. And I don't say Assad is good.
That's exactly what Bernie Sanders believes, by the way. You and Bernie Sanders are in line on this.
And I agree with him in that. It's okay to agree. Look, he's a guy, I don't agree with him on much, but if he says that, I'm okay with it. Let me just tell you. You can't fight them both at the same time. And I say Assad's a bad guy. But we don't know who the rebels are that are fighting. Every time we get involved with rebels, take a look at Libya. Take a look at all these rebels. Look what they did to our ambassador and those young men, those wonderful young men. Every time we get involved in Benghazi, I'm talking about, every time we get involved with rebels, the rebels, they call them the freedom rebels, always nice names, it ends up being far worse than the people that were there in the first place. So Assad is not a good guy, but the people that we're backing, a lot of people think they're ISIS, that we're actually backing ISIS. So what are we doing? We have to get rid of ISIS first. Assad we think about later on.
Chuck Todd is completely beside himself.
He doesn't know what the hell to do.
No, because Trump is giving F. Chuck the news. So what F. Chuck should be reporting on.
F. Chuck's like, ooh, we were supposed to be hiding this.
Right. How is he allowed to talk about those rebels that Smith Radio talks about and that Obama and Hillary have been funding? The only place I know is Smith Radio.
I thought it was very funny and telling that he thought he got Trump, he captured him somehow, he trapped him by saying, "Ha you do realize you are giving Bernie Sanders talking point."
Yeah. You and Bernie Sanders, you're on the same team.
What are you, a commie?
Right, you socialist commie. Well, me and Sanders, we don't agree on almost anything.
But if he said that, I agree with him on it.
Right. Could you see a run-of-the-mill GOP establishment, Paul Ryan, politician, he'd be flailing around like a fish out of water trying to keep up with F. Chuck.
Yeah, because, and the thing is it's a typical establishment, lifelong politician thing, that you'd never want to give your opponent kudos for anything. So if you agree on something, you just avoid that totally. And Trump is just like, look, we got problems to solve. If my opposition agrees with me on something, then we have a solution there. We have a solution.
Yeah, I'm not coming across the aisle. Apparently, you're saying they came to me across the aisle.
It sounds to me like Trump is more interested in solving the problems than he is about his own thing, his own ambitions of being president.
Right.
Instead of saying, "Oh no, well, let's just not talk about that if we agree on that." No, it's like, yeah, that is a solution, or that is a better thing. It's better than the other things that are being put out there. Like Obama trying to attack Assad, who's being protected by the Russians, while the Russians try to attack the terrorists that are trying to kill us. Right. It's like, what are you doing? Who's the idiot here? It's Obama.
Yes. Amen. Just to clear this up, because I know there's a lot of folks that talked to me about this over the holiday break, or the Christmas break. We don't have the holiday yet.
Well, actually, holiday comes from the root holy day.
Okay.
Yep.
So our
So-
holy day that we
Yep.
just had.
Holy day, yep.
A friend of mine was a little misinformed and kind of confused about everything over there. Right now, currently, Assad, who runs the country of Syria, sorta, he wants to keep his country together and ISIS free.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I didn't talk to him.
There's these rebels on the ground calling themselves freedom fighters, freedom rebels, freedom fighters. And they're fighting Assad to take over his country.
Now, are those freedom fighters, how are they related to ISIS?
Brothers?
Wait a minute. So,
Kindred?
wait, are you saying
kindred?
that the freedom fighters that are trying to overthrow Assad is ISIS?
Yeah.
So then what is Obama doing?
Funding the freedom fighters.
Oh, freedom fighters, huh?
Right, so was Hillary. Hillary was in on the ground floor funding the freedom fighters, and the weapons that went through Benghazi were going through Benghazi to the freedom fighters. And they killed our ambassador, Christopher Stevens, and started this whole ordeal under Hillary's watch because of weapons, cash, ammunitions, stuff. They wanted it all.
I'll tell you what. What do you do if you're Putin? And
So
he's
Putin-
got to have the same problems with ISIS. If
He
they are
does.
willing,
He does have the same problems. And Putin says, I will not stand for cutting off of innocent heads.
and then he does something about it.
Yeah, he's really... I mean, as bad of a guy as Putin is, former KGB, I understand. He's a bad guy. I understand that. However, he cannot stand the innocent slaughter of just random people by ISIS. This slaughtering of people by ISIS, who is not a country, not a state, and wishes to take over all of the world and put us under a law of referred to as the caliphate,
Sharia.
the Sharia law, and the caliphate to take it all over. So you will now be wearing a burqa with a screen door on the front.
If you're a woman.
And if you live,
And if you're a man, you got to get a white Toyota Hilux
right,
with a turret on the top.
right, and there's no toilet paper anywhere in the entire world.
Why not?
They don't use toilet paper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's an absolute fact.
What do they use, like
That's
a
why they don't
fig leaf?
they don't shake hands with the and they don't eat with the right hand or the left. One of the yes,
Because it might have chocolate on it.
yes.
It's like that scene from Mallrats with the chocolate covered pretzels.
Right.
What did he put them in his pants or something?
Yeah.
And then he made the guy eat them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They showed close-ups.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
So if you ever watch that movie Stand By Me
Oh yeah.
with the chocolate bar in the swimming pool, or
No, that was Sandlot.
Sandlot, sorry, Sandlot.
Was it? I think it was Sandlot with the chocolate bar in the pool.
It was because he was acted like he was passed out, so the hot lifeguard would come and give him mouth to mouth, and he
Hold
kissed
on.
her.
Wait, it was Caddyshack.
No, Sandlot, that really did happen.
The Sandlot, the kid acted like he was drowning.
Caddyshack, it did happen too, and Bill Murray bit into
Yes.
it.
Caddyshack was the chocolate bar.
All right,
Sandlot was acting like you were drowning.
to get a kiss from the
Stand
hot.
By Me, I have no idea. It was the pie eating contest.
What pie?
Yeah, they were eating pies.
Oh, okay.
Remember? Lard ass.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Have you ever seen the cut version of it?
No.
They cut. You haven't seen Stand By Me?
It's been a long time.
The guy's name was Lard Ass.
Right.
And if you watch the cut version, when they're all chanting Lard Ass,
Right.
Lard, they cut the ass out. So it goes lard, 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 lard. Yeah, it's terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
Let's make this all PC, everybody. So, okay, so Putin's fired up. He's really mad, and